Before we get this video started, I just want to thank LeBron for requesting this video. That's L-E-B-R-O-N, like LeBron James. Thank you so much for requesting this video. And all of the cars in this video, of course, are my personal opinion. All of you guys are subject to your own opinions, so don't hate me if I included a car you don't like, or if you like some other wagons than I do in Greenville. Anyways, let's get to the video. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Car Kid, and today we're back in Greenville taking a look at my top 5 favorite wagons in Greenville. Let's get right to it. Starting off, we have the Audi S4 Avant. In Greenville, there is also an RS4 Avant, but honestly, the RS4 is a rocket. I mean, that thing is just so fast. But honestly, I think I like the way this S4 Avant looks better than the RS4. That's just my opinion, of course. The RS4 is a lot faster and won't beat this thing in a race any day, but I like this thing better looking. Startup is pretty good and revving it is good. Turn signals in the back, you can see, of course, you have the amber turn signals and sequential in the front and back. Brake lights in the back along with your reverse lights, running lights, and your headlights, and the horn. Now, the wagons are probably... recently, wagons have been becoming huge in the car community. Personally, wagons or sport wagons are probably my favorite type of car. Sedans are up there, but wagons are probably my favorite. The S4, as I was saying, is not nearly as fast as the RS4. Let's get a quick 0 to 60 test on this thing. I'm going to 0 to 60 test all of the cars in this video since none of them are electric. 3, 2, 1, go. All-wheel drive, of course, quattro all-wheel drive, and 60. About 3.71 seconds from the S4. So you can imagine how fast the RS4 is. And even though this isn't the top of the line, although this isn't the top of the line RS4, it still looks good and it's still fast. Next up, we will pick the Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition. This is less of a sport wagon and more of an off-roady style sport wagon. I have this in cinnamon brown. Of course, basic startup sound because it is just a 4-cylinder, and you can see your brake lights there, turn signals, reverse lights, running lights, headlights, and turn signals in the front, and your horn. Very dumb sounding horn, if I'm being totally honest. While this isn't a sport wagon, it's definitely not slow. Of course, it does not handle as well as the other wagons in this video, because it is meant mainly for off-road, but it's definitely not bad in any way. Let's get a 0 to 60 test on this thing. See if it can beat the 3.71 seconds from the S4, which I doubt it can. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, all-wheel drive, of course. And 60. 4.03 seconds. For an off-road-esque car, it's not that half bad. I mean, 4 seconds today's day and age isn't that fast, but this thing isn't meant for speed, and I know it's just a game, but it's still pretty fast. So that is surprising. And the brakes aren't too bad. Let's move on to the Audi RS6 Avant, another Audi on this list. This is the second sport wagon. I'm not sure if there are any other sport wagons on this list. Honestly, this has to be one of my favorite looking Audis ever. Well, not ever, but any modern Audi. This is definitely one of my favorites. Turn signals in the back. You can see your brake lights there, turn signals, reverse lights, running lights, headlights up there, very slim headlights, turn signals in the front, your mirror turn signals, and your horn. Of course, sequential turn signals in the back and the front because it is an RS model. And this is definitely the fastest car on the list, no question. Out of all 5 cars on this list, this is the fastest one, for sure, and for good reason. Okay, well, apparently I can't control something this fast. Alright, so handling is very, very nimble. It's very easy to handle, everything like that. Extremely fast, good braking, and it sounds incredible. 0 to 60, I'm assuming it's probably going to be 3 seconds, if not faster. 3, 2, 1, go. All-wheel drive again, and 6. 2.43 seconds. Half a second faster than I thought it would be. And I've reviewed an RS6 before, so the numbers should be pretty close, but that's fast. That is very, very fast. Practicality with this wagon and speed like that is probably the best combination that you can have in a car. Probably one of the greatest wagons ever made, honestly. Everybody knows what this thing is. 99% of people. It's quite popular. I've only seen, or it's actually not quite popular. I've only seen one in real life. But probably, don't count me on this, but probably one of the best wagons ever created. Next up is the Buick Regal, I believe. Buick Regal GS. Sport wagon? Wagon? Whatever. I think this is the Regal, I don't know. Pretty good looking in the front here. It looks a little weird, but it's not bad. Of course, you can see that 4-cylinder. Your lighting is super realistic. Brake lights, turn signals in the front, mirror turn signals, running lights, reverse lights, and headlights. And the horn is pretty basic. This, of course, is definitely not made to be a sport wagon. You can see just how slow it is from the standalone. And it is a Buick, so I don't blame them for making it slow. I think it just has a 4-cylinder, and it's not sold in the US, so it's not really something to blame for being really slow. Just like the Outback, the handling at low speeds is okay, but at high speeds is pretty bad. This might be one of, I think that, in my opinion, this is probably the worst looking car on the list. Sorry for everyone who likes the way this thing looks. I just don't. 3, 2, 1, go. Holy cow, that's slow. Not even wheel spin or anything. And 60. 90% of the cars in Greenville have some form of wheel spin. Except for this 9.15 seconds. That's slow. That's really, really slow. I thought this thing might be a little bit better when I bought it, but it's really pretty bad. This is probably the worst wagon on the list. And finally, we'll end off with a Lexus IS 500 wagon. They call it the Sport Cross. At least in Greenville, that's what they call it. Wow.